this is rap hits, so it's not looking good for Tekashi 6ix9ine because his home just got raided and he's on probation and he's on federal house arrest. So this is not a good look because it looks like he's about to get jammed up. It looks like they basically was waiting until he was almost done with his probation and his house arrest. He's just about to be done with all that, and then they go and do this, and now he's about to possibly be facing some serious time again. So what it looks like happened is, well, the feds and the local police got together and they basically ambushed him. And so the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office and the feds went to Tekashi's home Wednesday, March 12th at, during the day. And they found Tekashi in there on his, house arrest doing his time like he was supposed to be doing. But they burst through his house, though. They had a warrant to go through his stuff. It was a probation check. And that's how they got him, because I think how they got that warrant was because he got caught doing some substances to even get him on house arrest. You see, he was running around free, and he nearly completed his sentence and his probation and his parole and all that. So he was just about to be free, walking free, and free of all charges after doing his time for that, for telling on his guys, Trey 9 or whatever they called them, 9 Trey, so Shoddy and all them. So he was still just basically getting off of that. Even though he was free, he was tied to the law still. He was still on paper. So they had caught him doing substances. So he violated his probation. I reported on all this. And, they found that he was doing substances. So they put him in jail for like a couple months. He was locked up with Diddy in the feds. And then after that, they say he got to do probation for a couple more months. Then he's free. His sentence is over. So he was on his house arrest part of the deal for that violation. But the thing is, what they put him in there for was substances. So that's why they knew, okay, well, this dude is doing substances. He's not supposed to be around that. This is the feds, so it's not like the state where they probably would have just, not made such a big deal about it. But with the feds, they're making a big deal about it to where they're saying, okay, so this dude is doing substances, illegal substances. And so they took that, and now they're looking through his home. They showed up while he's on house arrest, and they decided to do a probation check. So they had every right. It didn't take much for them to get a warrant anyways at that point, because he's already on paper. So they didn't really need a whole lot of approval from a judge, to go through his stuff at that point. Because while he's on house arrest, he's considered, state property. Well, really Fed property at that point. He's not free, even though it looks like, he's at home. Home confinement is really, you're doing your time at home. They're giving you that privilege to do your time in your home, but you're still under the rule of law. So they can really just do a search and seizure, just like they would shake down you. And if you were locked up, they can shake you down, shake down your cell, look through your stuff anytime. So this is basically what happened to him, where they showed up with the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office showed up with the feds to look through his stuff. And what did they find? Well, they found more substances, and they also found some pipes. So while they was looking through his stuff, he was sitting in the police car detained. And so he was detained from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So he's detained all day. And so, yeah, he probably thought he wasn't going to get out of this one, because somehow they decided, after they found what they found, they decided to uncuff him and let him go back in his home for house arrest, detainment. So the reason why they let him go is because as of right now, they're saying they can't necessarily legally link him to the stuff they found yet. There's not enough probable cause right now to link him to that stuff. So what I'm guessing is he probably has some people in his home. So when you're on home arrest, I guess you can still have visitors and stuff like that. and he probably has security guards. So, you know, or he could have some people in the home with concealed carry, possibly, where they can, you know, somebody's in there with a concealed carry, possibly, or without it even. Either way, they found some pipes and they found some substances. So whoever else was in that home, I guess they're saying there's a chance that it could be somebody else's. Now, I didn't think that mattered, because from my understanding, I thought when you were felon or even on house arrest, you can't be around none of that. Like 051 Kiddo, I think, was in a similar situation, if you're familiar with him, from Chicago, where he had, you know, he just got back out, but he had got put in there by being around pipes and stuff, even if it wasn't his. So I'm surprised they let him go back in the house, but I guess they're saying that house is considered a jail cell anyway. So, you know, since I guess they figured go back in your cell while they determine what they're gonna do with the stuff they found. So what they did was they took his DNA. So they took DNA samples from Tekashi 6ix9ine, and they're gonna be trying to match it up to the substances they found in the pipes. So at this point, I guess, you know, I'm any day now they could come back and take him back in and say, okay, yeah, we linked it. Now we linked you. See, the feds like to do a thorough job. They don't really just go, they're not the state. So they will take their time and make sure they dot their I's and cross their T's. You know what I'm saying? They'll make sure that they got all ducks in a row before they make a move. So they took the stuff, the illegal stuff that they found in that home, and now they want to make sure they can link it to him 100%, so that there's no escaping this. So it looks good and it looks sweet that I let him back in his home instead of taking him into custody, which is what I thought they would have done. But for some reason, they're saying, okay, we're gonna look at this like we just shook down your cell and found some contraband. So now that they found the contraband, they're gonna you know what I'm saying, do their analysis and figure out if his DNA is on any of the pipes or the substances, you know, the baggies, I guess, or whatever, and see if this is gonna violate him. But this is gonna be more than a violation, though. If that pipe was linked to Tekashi and the substances, plus they're not telling us how much substances. Really, they're not telling us much at all, because a lot of this information is exclusive right now. So I'm getting all this information from various sources like TMZ and other areas. I have some other sources where I'm getting this information, but as of right now, it sounds like they're not saying a whole lot about this yet. So be ready to start hearing more about this as the story develops. But this is a lot of information we got right now. So this is what they're saying is there's not enough probable cause yet to take him into custody, to take Tekashi in. So yeah, I know Tekashi was sitting there thinking he's about to get off of papers. He's about to be a free man. He can move around how he wants, no restrictions. And that was all part of what they said he violated. You know, it wasn't just a substance, his dirty UA. It was also, you know, he was violation for, you know, moving around without announcing nothing, you know, without checking in with his probation, without, you know, he was just freely moving around like he forgot he was on probation or something. And the judge said, just because you a celebrity, you know what I'm saying, you feel like you could just move around and this is nothing. You know what I'm saying? That the judge wasn't happy with him violating probation, and let him know that just because you're a celebrity don't mean you can get away with all this stuff. So it looks like they was that was a warning, and then they gave him enough rope to where, okay, yeah, do this little month or two with Diddy, which was crazy that he was in the cell with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? He was locked up with Diddy, and then, you know what I'm saying, they said do that little time and then go home. And then they gave him enough rope to, you know, I guess, you know, he feels like as soon as he got back home, he couldn't wait to get back to those substances. You know what I'm saying? I mean, unless they were somebody else's, because there's a chance he has somebody else in there, and that could have been somebody else's stuff. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. But this could be, this could come back to him, though. And that's what they want. They want this to come back to him. That's what they're hoping for. That's what they're looking for. And, you know, if he had pipes in the house, Tekashi is a celebrity, so of course you're gonna have to have some type of security, right? So, you know, you would think he would have had somebody in that home that could, you know, vouch for them pipes and be like, yeah, that was, you know, that's someone could say that's theirs to protect Tekashi, because he's a high profile celebrity. He can't just be sitting up in a home with no, you know, means of self defense. Just like when Dirk got ran up on, and him in India had to get crash out on someone that had tried to come through the back door. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hearing from my sources that Mimo 600 might have been behind that gave up their location. That's the word, is that Mimo 600 was the one who gave up that location, and that's why he got dropped from OTF. Because he might not have even done it on purpose, but the sources are saying that Mimo 600 was the reason why someone ran up in Dirk's house in India, and Dirk had to crash out on the ops, and so you know what I'm saying, once that location got dropped. But yeah, with that situation, Dirk pretty much got out of that situation, even though he was a felon. He wasn't supposed to have no pipes either. But, you know, the nature of the situation calls for self-defense. So I guess they let it slide. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised they let that slide, because they really could have took him in for that. But I guess they wanted to wait and get him on something more serious. I guess they wanted to wait. I guess they let that slide because they were already investigating him on some other stuff. Probably, I think that might have happened after the duck thing. I'm not sure. So after the Quando Rondo situation. So if that's the case, they really was, whatever it was, they was looking at Dirk for something more serious, for like what they got him on now. They wanted something like this to get him on, not some self-defense stuff. So with Tekashi though, of course you're gonna need a pipe in a spot, you know what I'm saying, that you staying and resting your head at. So maybe it turns out that a security guard was in that home and could vouch for those pipes for being in there or something. You know what I'm saying? Then he'll be in the clear. And if those substances don't link back to Tekashi 6ix9ine, maybe that's some of his peoples. Maybe he has some peoples up in there. I saw him live streaming not too long ago, and it looks like he was hanging with his homies. You know what I'm saying? And that could have been his homie stuff that they found. And they might not find Tekashi's DNA on that stuff, but if I was to guess, I would guess that he probably is connected to at least the substances. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know about that pipe though. We'll have to see who that belongs to. You know what I'm saying? That could be a girl's pipe or anything. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm gonna keep y'all updated as more information comes out. Make sure you stay locked in, stay tuned, stay in tune with RAIDED. Let's get 100 likes on this video at least. You know what I'm saying? Also, make sure you subscribe and follow RAIDED on all social media and all that. All links are in the comment section and description box. I'm out.